Hello boys and girls, it's Mr. Bedley again. We're doing 4th grade Excel lesson number 4. Today we're going to be learning about deductive reasoning to solve a story problem. That basically means that you're going to be seeing math problems that have a lot of clues on them, and then you have to use the clues to solve a question that they're going to ask you. And so I'm going to be showing you how to do that on a couple of problems today. You're going to want to pay real close attention on this because you're actually not going to practice a problem. You're just going to have me instruct you how to do it, which makes it a little tricky. So when you get to the daily work, your guided practice and your homework, you're going to have to remember how to do this without actually practicing it on this problem here today, on any problems. So let's take a look at number 1. It says Haley, Jared, and Aaron ran in a race. Haley finished between Jared and Aaron. Jared wasn't first. In what order did they finish the race? Okay, so what we're going to do is take these clues and make little marks, basically, on the paper somehow to represent what we're reading. I don't want you to have to write out the entire name like they're doing here, but let's go through what the lesson says, and then I'll show you how you can do it on your own, okay? So it says from the second sentence, that's Haley finished between Jared and Aaron. We know that Haley came in second. If Haley finished between two people, there's a person and there's a person. So Haley has to be in second place. From the third sentence, that's Jared wasn't first. We know that Jared wasn't first, so he must have been last. So here's Jared last. This is the finish line right here. Therefore, Aaron had to be first. And then they're going to ask you a question on your daily work. It'll be like, who came in first place or who came in third place? And you have to answer with, one of the 3 kids' names. Now, here's the way that you would do it on your daily work for a problem like this. Draw a finish line if it's a race, and then just put letters in. So it says Haley finished between Jared and Aaron. You're going to put an H here, leaving space for 2 people to be on, one person to be on each side of Haley. It says Jared wasn't first, so you put a Jared here because he wasn't first, and then you put an A there for Aaron, and now we know the order that they finished in. Here's the finish line, Aaron, then Haley, and then Jared. All right, moving right along here, we got their second problem. Alexander, Cameron, and Thomas are brothers. Cameron is older than Alexander. Thomas is younger than Alexander. Who is the youngest? So drawing lines is a helpful way to keep track of comparisons, So you're actually going to do a lot of line drawing when it comes to these types of problems, okay? From the second sentence, we know that Cameron is older than Alexander. So his line is longer than Alexander's. Older, longer line. Heavier, longer line. Singing for a longer amount of time, longer line. So we have our 3 characters here, Alexander, Thomas, and Cameron, and we're going to draw lines above their names to show how much of something that they are, okay? So to keep track of a comparison. So it says in the second sentence, Cameron is older than Alexander. So we draw a line above Cameron that's longer than the line above Alexander's. And then it says from the third sentence, we know that Thomas is younger than Alexander, so his line is shorter than Alexander's. All right, so right here we got Thomas is, it says in the problem, up here at the top, Thomas is younger than Alexander. So we're going to put Thomas's line shorter or younger than Alexander. So now we know the 3 people in the order that they are. We can see that Thomas is the youngest, Alexander is then the middle, and Cameron is the oldest. Now, to show me that you're paying attention to this right now, and you're not just skipping through and doing your own thing, I would like you to draw right where I'm putting that dot, put a smiley face right there. Just draw a smiley face on your paper. That will show me that you're paying attention to the video, and you're listening to this, and you're sticking with it all the way to the end. All right, so on today's Excel, don't forget to add up all your check answers. Don't fake those answers. Make sure you're actually adding them. Don't even look at that number that it's supposed to come out to be. Just add them up without looking at it. You might even want to put your finger on the top of it to cover it up, because you got to make sure you're truly adding it and not just copying the answer down below the line. Once you see that it adds up, you can move on. But if it doesn't add up, you got to go back and find your mistake and really look at it and say, what do I not understand here? What is confusing to me? If you can't figure out where you made your mistake, then ask for help. Make sure you show all your thinking on every single problem. Show number sentences, show equations, show expressions for your word problems. Make sure you put labels on your word problems. That's a word that goes with your answer, and that word should match the words that are in the problem. So if it says how many children, you're going to write an answer of like 7 children. And labels should be on all those word problems. That will affect your score if you do not do all those things. And so make sure you're paying close attention. Double check over your work before you turn it in. All right. Have a good day. Thanks for listening.